Hi, it's Carol, and today I'll be doing my top 5 manga and my top 5 anime. Okay, so we'll start with my top 5 manga, and at number 5 it's Tokyo Mew Mew, which is basically like a shoujo manga, and it's about these 5 girls who have their DNA infused with endangered animals, and that allows them to transform into these things called Mew Mews, which is basically like your typical shoujo superhero girl thing with like bells on the weapons and things. And they have to defend the world from aliens who have come to reclaim the planet. Pretty decent manga. I enjoyed reading it. It is aimed at sort of younger girls, and it was one of the first manga that I actually read. But I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, at number 4, it's Fruits Basket, which I'm sure quite a lot of people are familiar with, and it's basically about this girl who stumbles upon a house full of boys, and apart from a couple of girls actually, but when they hug other people, they transform into animals, and it's the curse of the Chinese zodiac, and then depending on which animal they have from the Chinese zodiac, they turn into the animal. It's a romance. It's so cute. It's really good read for those who haven't read it. It's full of fluff and niceness, and it is really, the art is really cute as well. So if you like cute stuff, it's for you. At number 3 we have Karen. Tokyo Pop licensed it and they changed the name to Chibi Vampire, but I like Karen better, so I'm going to call it Karen. Basically about vampire who, instead of drinking blood, nosebleeds it out, like, hugely. Like, the premise of the manga was that the mangaka wanted to make a nosebleed seem cute. Which is a bit weird, because it does look kind of cute, and she's like that with a cute little nosebleed. And it follows her and a human called Kenta. And, yeah, romance, basically. Lots of vampiriness, those of you who like vampires. But I think it is aimed at a bit of a male audience. There's lots of boobage in it. But I'm not bothered. At number 2 we have Bisengast, which is actually an American manga again. Although the artist says that it classes it manga rather than graphic novel because she based kind of her drawings and her style on gothic Lolita and stuff like that. Basically about a girl called Dinah who goes to live with her aunt in New England in a town called Bisengast, and she discovers that she can see ghosts, and in her aunt's house, which used to be a hospital and a couple of other things, and later a boarding school. And she goes and finds this tomb with her best friend Vincent, and she discovers that she can win a reward and a freedom if she keeps going back to release these ghosts and free them. And if she doesn't, then she will remain there as a corpse and forever and die. Pretty good. They think, although her aunt thinks she has schizophrenia, it's quite the art is really good. It's very like creepy, very Tim Burton-y, but it's great read, very interesting stuff. And at number 1, Death Note. I can't even. I mean, some of you have already read Death Note, and you know what I'm saying when I say that it is amazing manga. Best mindfuck you will ever read. Seriously, like the plots and twists and stuff are just so elaborate. You just have to like read it again because if you're not quite kept up properly. Characters are amazing, dynamic is amazing, plot, storyline, art, it's all brilliant. So yeah, number 1 is Death Note. Okay, and now on to my top 5 anime. Number 5 we've got The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm terrible at pronunciation, so if any of you catch me pronouncing something wrong in future, just give me an internet slap and tell me what to do. Basically about this very headstrong, bizarre girl called Haruhi, who wants to make like a club, because she didn't like any of the other clubs because they just did not fit her. So this guy gets roped into it, and then someone else gets roped into it, and then this busty, cute girl gets roped into it, and there's a weirdo who just happens to be in there, and they make this club. And it's, I think, quite a few of you might have seen it around. It's brown hair, yellow ribbons. It is not what you expected at all. I mean, having known nothing about the storyline or anything before I'd watched it, I assumed it was just going to be one of those, just a little bit of a quirky shoujo schoolgirl traditional thing, but it wasn't at all. It's so bizarre. Worth watching, good storyline, brilliant characters. Yeah, do it. At number 4, we've got Elfen Lied, which I think someone else mentioned. Can't remember which one. But basically about these kind of new race of humans called Declonius, and they have like horns on their heads and pink hair, and they have these things called vectors, which are like invisible hands out the back, and they're really like dangerous and evil, and they kill people and stuff. But it turns out as the anime goes on, they're just like misunderstood and stuff, and it's a very gory. Very gory. It's a bit disturbing as well in some parts. Like dogs are killed and stuff, and it's really sad. It is a crier. I did cry so much towards the end of it. I would recommend mature audiences for it because it is pretty. I mean, I was quite shell shocked for it, and I consider myself quite gutsy. But it is really good, worth watching if you're into that kind of stuff. At number 3, very different kind of anime, we've got Uran High School Host Club, which I love so much. It will always have a special place in my heart. Romantic comedy about this girl called Haruhi, again, who basically the school thinks she's a boy because she goes to this really rich school and she wears really cool clothes and has short hair, and everyone thinks she's a boy. And she stumbled into the host club, which is a group of different types of bishonen, sexy boys, apart from Honey, because that's just a bit weird. But and they cater to kind of women's needs and kind of basically host this club for all these women to go and talk to them. And they think she's a boy, and she breaks a vase, and then she ends up having to serve as a host as a boy. And the premise of the anime is basically that she has to keep serving in this club, otherwise everyone will know she's a girl, and she has to pay back this fine for this vase that she's broken because she's too poor to pay it back. Lots of different pairings in that. It does kind of change its mind every couple of episodes. But it is so funny, really weird, wacky anime. It is worth watching. It's so good. Characters are amazing, storyline's good. Made me cry at the end. At number 2, which I only just started recently, Panty and Stocking. It's not really an anime, it's more of like a mockery of an American cartoon. Basically about like these two angels who come down from heaven to get heaven coins so they can travel to and from Earth. It's a bit risque. There's Panty, who is the blonde, whorish one who sleeps with everyone, and she takes off her panties and they turn into a gun. And the Stocking, who's like a gothic Lolita girl who's obsessed with sweets, like Elle from Death Note, like that kind of obsessed. And her stocking turns into a sword, like a Japanese katana. And there's like a black afro guy, like proper like Freud, and he's like a gay priest called Garter Belt. It is really, really strange, but it is really hilarious, worth watching. A bit sexy as well for all the men and the ladies, because I'm bisexual as well, so it's all good for me. So yeah, it's good. I think it does count as an anime. It has like an anime fan base, an anime fan art and everything, and anime clips, but the main animation is like a mockery of kind of Invader Zim and Powerpuff Girls and stuff like that. And last but not least, number 1 favourite anime, and probably manga as well, is Axis Powers Hetalia, also World Series Hetalia when they changed the new series. It's basically about like the personifications of different countries, like supernatural embodiment kind of things. There's Italy, who likes pasta and pizza and isn't like a white flag flying idiot, and there's Germany, who has blonde slick back hair and is really strict, and has like about 50 countries so far. I mean, it's a huge cast, but it's just like so good. A lot of yaoi fan base going on there. I mean, some of the pairings like practically canon. They're that kind of they're just that obvious. But yeah, it's so good. Although the anime is quite like silly, like the manga, but I think the fan base just have a lot to offer in terms of like tackling serious parts of what that would kind of would indicate, like civil wars and stuff, and how that would affect a nation's brain and stuff. So yeah, this is me done. It's quite late, because I mean, I'm sorry this is so late. It's just, I was out with like a family dinner because it was my grandmother's 60th birthday. We were out a lot later than I expected, so this is like technically on the Saturday, because it's about like 1 o'clock, but I wanted to finish it, so yeah. Also, a lot of those, excluding, I think it's only Gast, but most of those are both in anime and manga for those who might want to go watch it. I mean, I know I've watched other people's and were like, yes, I'm gonna go watch that. So yeah, just so you know, and I hope you enjoyed. I appear to have gone over my time limit again, bro. So I hope you enjoyed.